stalemate at the Rafah border crossing ends as 20 trucks enter Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid. Serbia and Kosovo urged to hold talks to normalise ties and de-escalate growing tension. Belgium's Justice Minister resigns after an investigation into Monday's terrorist attack in Brussels. After days sitting at the Rafah border crossing, trucks carrying humanitarian aid are finally moving from Egypt to Gaza. 3,000 tonnes of mainly medical supplies and food are being delivered to more than 2 million people, left in a dire situation after Israel's aerial bombardment and total blockade of the besieged territory. The breakthrough came after US President Joe Biden brokered a deal between Egypt and Israel to let 20 trucks through. Israel's government has banned deliveries of food, electricity and fuel to Gaza in response to the Hamas attack this month. There's no fuel or water on board the trucks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had vowed to ban humanitarian aid unless hostages were released. Hamas freed 2 of the 200 or so on Friday.
News of the release of the 2 American hostages has sent a shockwave throughout Israeli public opinion, and the social media has been buzzing with relief. At the same time, there is a lot of concern and speculation as to whether it will pave the way to the release of the other hostages. Now, as regards Palestinian public opinion, well, there is ongoing outrage as to what is happening in Gaza, and this has not been met well by the Israeli security forces. More than 1,000 Palestinians were reportedly arrested, and over 80 people were said to be killed in all Palestinian areas of the country. At the same time, Hamas rocket fire is ongoing in the south, and retaliation from the Israeli forces, while in the north tension is rising between Hezbollah forces and the Israeli army, leading thousands of civilians to flee towards the safer areas of the country. I'm Valerie Goria in Jerusalem for Euronews.
The killing of a police officer by Serb gunmen in northern Kosovo in September caused the latest flare-up between Kosovo and Serbia. In a meeting in Pristina, the EU and US envoys urged Kosovo Prime Minister Albin Kurti to return to the negotiating table to defuse the tension with Serbia.
The events of the 24th of September also very clearly underlined that both de-escalation and normalization are now more urgent than ever. Any conditions or delays are unacceptable, and we also expect Kosovo and Serbia to fully meet their dialogue obligations.
Both Belgrade and the breakaway territory want to join the European Union. They've been told to sort out their differences first. Western powers are urging Pristina and Belgrade to implement an EU plan aimed at ending the political crises. Belgium's Justice Minister has stepped down from his post. Vincent van Quickenborne's decision follows criticism of the judiciary's handling of a case involving a Tunisian man who claimed responsibility for killing 2 Swedish nationals on Monday. An investigation into the 45-year-old found a request for his extradition to Tunisia last year was neglected by the courts.
En ook al is dit het werk van een individuele, onafhankelijke magistraat, toch wil ik mijn politieke verantwoordelijkheid nemen voor deze onaanvaardbare fout. Ik zoek geen uitvluchten, ik zoek geen excuses. Ik vind het mijn plicht om dit te doen.
Abdusalem Al-Joueni was tracked down by police on Tuesday and shot dead. The victims were in Brussels to watch Belgium play Sweden in a European Championship qualifying match.